Fresh tensions are now exploding along Israel's northern front as conflict involving Hezbollah appears far from over, despite a US brokered ceasefire. The Israeli military has confirmed that another soldier has lost his life during the operations in southern Lebanon. Now, this is raising new concerns over how dangerous and unpredictable this front has become for the IDF. According to Israeli military, Sergeant Nehorai Laser of the 601 Combat Engineering Battalion was killed during the operation in southern Lebanon, while another soldier was also seriously injured in the same incident. Along with that, Israeli media reports claim that the strike may have involved Hezbollah drones, although official details surrounding the attack are still limited. But this is not just an isolated incident. The Israeli military has also announced that the death of Sergeant Nehorai Laser during the operation in northern Israel at just 2 days earlier. And you know what? That is intensifying the fear inside the Israel that Hezbollah's military capabilities remain active despite the diplomatic efforts to reduce the violence. The latest escalation traces back to March 2nd, when Hezbollah launched rockets into the northern Israel shortly after United States and Israel began strikes linked to Iran's tension. And since then, cross-border exchanges have continued under the shadow of ceasefire understandings that were brokered by the US. And to continue that, there are more to this story. Israel is now facing pressure on multiple fronts at the same time, from Gaza to Lebanon and the rising regional tensions involving Iran. Israeli forces are dealing with growing security challenges across the region. And let's talk about Hezbollah. Well, Hezbollah remains one of the most heavily armed non-state groups in the Middle East. And along with that, Israeli defense analysts have repeatedly warned that drone warfare, missile attacks, and cross-border strikes are crossing the nature of the conflict. Yes, the latest reports, they reported that the drone strikes once again highlighted the battlefield tactics in the region that are evolving rapidly. And at the same time, the political pressure is also rising inside Israel over the long-term strategy against Hezbollah and Iran-backed groups. Now, questions are now being asked out whether the ceasefire frameworks are truly effective in the deadly exchanges that continue on the ground. But meanwhile, these tensions are all around. The tensions across the wider Middle East remains extremely fragile, very extremely tense, and diplomatic negotiations involving Iran, regional security concerns, and fears of a broader escalation are now unfolding simultaneously. Well, for now, in the end, the situation along with Israel's northern border remain very volatile. The ceasefire may still exist on paper, but on the ground, the violence clearly has not disappeared.